Will Pokemon be dead money for years? Yes and no. Let's unpack that in this video here. Hello, beautiful people. Captain Zach Sparrow here. I have been getting asked this question a couple of times. I've seen it thrown around. I've seen some content creators talk about this. I've seen a lot of people just wanting to know, really, like, hey, where should I be putting my money? Hey, what should I expect? What should we do? What's going on? What's a good buy? What's not a good buy? Is this going to be dead money? Is it better to just put my money in the stock market in the meantime and just be playing off of those gains, hopefully? And what should we be doing? What is the consensus here? So I'm just one guy, just one opinion here, but I wanted to throw this out there for you guys, just to let you know kind of how I'm approaching it and what I think about the subject. So, and I do mean that, yes and no. I think Pokemon will be dead money for the foreseeable future. What I mean by that is, so let's look at, I don't know, Brilliant Stars, for example. Maybe, let's see. Sword and Shield era in particular, right? So like Shining Fates, for example, we're going to be seeing more product hit shelves. But why is that? That's because the sets are brand new, and we have historically seen that from the Pokemon Company. Usually the 1.5, 2-ish years that the sets are in rotation, you see that product hit the market, right? So if the product is continually coming out, what's that going to do to the prices, generally speaking? If there's not going to be an insane amount of over demand on that product, probably going to see prices fairly stagnant, and that's a-okay. So, I mean, technically, yeah. I mean, not even technically, yeah. Like objectively, then if you were to buy a bunch of Shining Fates ETBs, like day one that they came out, if you got them even at MSRP or even way above, it doesn't matter. If you would have bought that product then during that time, that's pretty much dead money during that span. Now, you could have flipped them or whatever the case, but let's just say you didn't go that route. And given where the Pokemon market is at currently, if you'd be sitting on that product, if you spent, let's say $55 on an ETB after taxes, shipping, whatever the case, and you go to flip it online for like $65 or something, yeah, I mean, you could do that depending on the time of the market. You're kind of spinning your wheels there, right? Unless you're, yeah, no. I mean, for the most part, like the average flipper mentality, that means that you wouldn't have a business at that point. If you don't have it, like an LGS, if you don't have a business where you're getting product at wholesale or you're getting massive amounts of product, if you're only like flipping a few ETBs or even like a dozen or so, like woohoo, like you made, I don't know, what, maybe $50 after all of that, out of all of the hours, and then you're not even talking about the gas and the time wasted on getting, seems like a bunch of nonsense to me. So, you can play that game however you want, but yeah, I mean, if you bought a bunch of Shining Fates ETBs, that's going to be dead money for years. Now, that doesn't mean that that's a bad investment if you buy it up front knowing, hey, you know what? I bought these at X price. I know that I'm going to sit on this for a few years before I would even anticipate seeing an increase on these boxes. Well, that's a-okay there, friendo. Like that is by definition, then that's an investment for purchasing it at a certain price in the hopes of selling it in the future for some sort of a gain. That is a-okay. But that's dead money during that time period in between there, right? That's not really working for you. You didn't make anything off of it. Are you making dividends off of your boxes? No, you're not. I can tell you for a fact because I got a lot of boxes that I'm not getting any dividends off of it. So if you guys did figure that one out, please let me know. Yeah, so Pokemon, yeah, I mean, so it's going to be some dead money for a period of years, right? Any modern product will be. Again, sure, nothing's guaranteed that those products will even go up in price. We've seen that historically time and time again, but nothing is guaranteed on that. Another thing that I kind of wanted to touch on, I suppose, would be like, let's talk about other things though, right? Like, okay, modern product, dead money for years. We understand that, we've seen that before, whatever. Let's talk about like older, more vintage stuff, right? So let's talk about WotC era stuff. If you're buying cards right now or even sealed product, will that be dead money for years? Maybe, but maybe not, right? Like, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have the answer to that. No one does. What have we historically seen, though? Do we think right now there's a great opportunity for purchasing certain cards from that era, most cards from that era, half of those cards from that era. Whatever your opinion is on that, whatever angle you're looking at, whatever price point you're looking at, are you looking at PSA 8s and 9s primarily? Are the 10s too hard to get? Are the 10s overpriced? Or are the 10s are they overpriced or are they underpriced? Do you think, like these are the questions that I ask myself. What is the pop count of that? Okay, now, how hard are those cards to grade? Like, the pop count can tell you a lot of information, but how difficult are those cards to grade? Are there certain cards that are more rare during those sets? Like, I'm looking in Jungle specifically. A lot of those cards in particular could be great buys depending what your buy-in price is, right? And what you're looking to, are you looking to buy in bulk? Are you looking to get just already graded cards? Are you buying raw cards? That can be a risky play as well. Are you buying binders? There are a lot of opportunities right now with everything coming back. We've gone over this a billion times, but that could be dead money for a period of time if number one, your buying price isn't good. I mean, number one, right there, there's your problem. I wouldn't buy something at a bad price ever. Like, that's never the goal, right? But that could be dead money for years if we don't see another like mini boom or like a baby catalyst. I'm not even talking about some world changing phenomena. Like, I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm just talking about, do we foresee something in the next couple of years that would spark? Not really, right? Like, how can you foresee something like that? Now, the next potentially anniversary, like if they do a 30th year anniversary, do you think there's going to be a bit more hype and activity during that time period? I would think so. We have seen that before now, the last couple of go-arounds, right? But will there be something in between now and then? Let's just assume for a second that we're going to see another little kind of boom or a little bit more hubbub during the 30th year anniversary, and you're making moves during this time. Well, what if there are no other catalysts in between now and then? Then sure, objectively, everything would be dead money during that time. We don't know that will occur, right? So it could be dead money during that time. Do I think it will be dead money during that time? I don't know. I don't expect it to be. Here's what I think. What I think would be, doesn't matter, old product, new product, anything in between, I expect to see gradual, like a normal amount of healthy growth in between now and the next, any boom, if and when that occurs. I would expect to see natural, like, price appreciation. Nothing insane, no huge stonks or anything of the like, but the market will dictate those prices, and the market will figure out, whoa, some of these cards are a lot more rare than we thought it was. Price starts ticking up. Or the inverse of that would start happening as well. With all of this product coming back right now, what is the market saying? Whoa, dude, too much product, dude. I can't handle it, dude. Right? Like, it says dude a lot. That's how I'm looking at it. Sure. It's not really sexy right now to be investing in a lot of really anything, is it? Like, does it really jazz you up like it did, like, I don't know, a year and a half ago or a year ago, when you could buy anything and pretty much like flip it a month or two or three after for 2, 3, 5, a billion X, right? Like, it's not as it's sexy, right? But are there great opportunities right now? Sure, absolutely. So, do I think that there will be product that'll be dead money for years? Well, yes, especially a modern product, right? We've gone over this time and time again. That doesn't mean necessarily that those would be bad investments inherently just off of that characteristic, right? But do I think that older-ish product, like anything that's out of rotation, like that we think is out of rotation, right? It is objectively, like they put it on the website that, what's in rotation or what's not. But I mean, like, what's in the, like, no more print zone, right? Like, that's not as objective. But we have a pretty decent idea, like a loose rule and guideline, what we've seen historically over the last couple of decades now. So do I think any of those older-ish sets and further back, do I think that will be dead money for years? Again, yes and no. A lot will be, in my opinion, like especially cards and booster boxes even that historically haven't seen a lot of growth. History can tell us a lot of information. What have those cards done before? What have those boxes done before? Did they see, crazy price swings? A lot of them have not. A lot of them were stagnant for years. Do we think that we'll see that again for the foreseeable future? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty confident on lots of different boxes and cards, slabs, whatever the case, that are older, that I'm parking my money into just because. And you guys are smart. You can look at PokemonPrice.com. You can look and see it recently sold on eBay. You can make those decisions for yourself, what you think the market has wrong, or even if the market is right during the time. Do you think at the market being right currently, do you think in the future, like 1, 2, 10 years from now, do you see this card appreciating at a high enough percentage for you to be comfortable with making that decision and locking up your money for that period of time? That's fine, but that is dead money during that time period, right? So I wanted to elaborate that a little bit more there. I think some product will be dead money for years, and some won't, right? So I think it's there's a nuance there. There's a nuance there. I don't have the right answer. I wish I did. If I did, I would be just buying all of the right things at all the time, right? So I think that I know this the smart group of people out in the Discord land and in the YouTube comments and everywhere. I know the smart money is moving right now. I know that. I know there are a lot of people buying a lot of product right now. That varies, even from day to day sometimes. Check the PWCC auctions, check eBay, check your marketplaces, hide your kids, hide your wife, do your due diligence. But there's a lot of opportunity right now. And yeah, it might not move for the next 6 months for you. We haven't seen that a lot in the past before. Like, look back in the past, like if you've seen some boxes before that they didn't move for like black and white boxes, didn't even really anywhere during that set period. Just as an example off the top of my head, those boxes didn't even move for like 4 years, for example. So that was dead money during that time period. Do I think that, let's use that same exact example, do I think that that product will be dead money for years, like moving forward? I don't think so. I think it will be different now. Well, Zach, you're not really giving a good example as to why you think it'll be different now. You've got a different group of people that are in here now. And the reason why black and white, for the first several years of it being, of its inception, it was still relatively new. Well, now those sets are stinking old, man. I don't think we're going to see any more of those boxes hit the market, like new boxes, right? So they're getting older and older, and the Pokemon franchise is growing and growing and growing. So you're seeing less on the market. What's going to happen to the price? It's just going to ratchet up over time. That is why I think that will happen. Now, could that not happen? Sure, it could not happen. Absolutely. But have we seen that happen historically? Yes, we have seen that with older boxes. So the answer, again, is yes and no. It all depends on what you're buying, what your price is, and what your time horizon is as well. So just wanted to throw that out there, guys. I hope this gave you some, just, I don't know, food for thought, something to chew on maybe, and just throw out just a little different video today maybe. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you subscribe and watch another one of my videos. And until next time, folks, have a fantastic rest of your day.